Pregame.com.
Pregame.tv. Last year, the Oakland A's surprised everybody in the American League West, and the Anaheim Angels, the Tustin Angels, whatever you want to call them, they didn't even show up in April. Be interesting to see how are they going to do early in the year. What do you think, VR?
Yeah, and they had a lot of pressure on them to come out of the gate hot this year. And once again, they got a big acquisition in the offseason with Hamilton. So I think that wasn't a positive for this team. You know what I mean? When you play that many games like you do in Major League Baseball and they have that much pressure to come out of the gate and start off 10-2 or something along those lines, I don't think it's good for the club. But they're a veteran team, and I don't think there's any problems in the locker room just because they're 2-4 right now. When you look at Oakland, I think they're a phony 5-2. 3 of their wins came against the Houston Astros. So you have to discount that right away. I think anyone that would have played Houston...
Short data sample, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, anyone that would have beat Houston would have got 3 wins out of that first opening series. They got shut out in 2 of the 3 games, right?
Not if Miami played them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think Miami would beat them. I think
maybe they could have
they put up 2 runs against the Braves tonight.
Maybe they could have a CBI contest.
They put up 2 runs,
right, with Houston
they put up 2 runs against the Braves, getting plus 170 or whatever. No, and here's the thing: you have a pitching matchup here where it looks one-sided in favor of Oakland, but I don't think so. When you look at Blanton in his first game, he got lit up. He gave up 3 home runs in 5 innings, but historically, that's not the case with him. He played in Philadelphia, so I followed Blanton. And Philly's a home run type of park. And he never averaged more than 1.5 home runs per 9 innings.
Let me stop you real quick here, because I hear that as well, that Philly's a home run park, but so many of the games went under last year. What happened last year?
They played terrible at home. Here's a team that usually wins about 57, 59% of their home games. Last year was a 500 ball club at home.
They just didn't hit at home.
They played most of their season without their best players.
Exactly.
Hurt all year.
All their bats.
Playing a lot of fringe AAA players.
Yeah, all their big bats were injured. That's what it was.
Very good. Back to the American League. I'm learning here in baseball as we go. And
agreed. I'm actually hoping that tonight is game 1 of this series. I'm hoping that Oakland gets game 1. And then we'll have some more value on LA, because Oakland's one of those teams that now they're 5-2. They look better than they are. If they win the night and they go to 6-2, they just look like a live dog, especially with the pitching matchup. And like I said, Blanton just doesn't get respect, but he's a worker. And if you look at Malone, he threw 190 innings last year. First time ever in his career he had to go that long. I mean, he's only been in the major leagues for 3 years. First year with Washington, didn't pitch much at all, and then 2 years in Oakland. What do you think? What do you think?
You actually care what I think?
Yeah.
Of this one?
Get the host straight to Bryan Leonard. Go ahead, Bryan.
I want to know.
Well, we need to
tell him why he's wrong.
I'm torn on this one because I bet the Angels under season wins to start the year. I think the Angels got a lot of problems.
How many season wins did you bet? You bet the whole board, right?
I got a lot.
I like it.
I got a lot. Trout, last year, every week he played, he got at least 1 steal or 1 home run in every single week all season long. First week of this season, 0-0.
Don't understand it. They gave him that $10,000 bonus. Shouldn't he be like
so excited?
Jumping for joy.
But you know, so obviously it's a little bit of regression. People are starting to learn how to pitch to him. A little bit of concern there, but he's an excellent player.
Do you like, though, that Oakland lineup? It looks so young to me.
Let me
Go ahead.
Secondly, you got Hamilton. He was pitched around in the games in Texas. The team that taught Texas how to do that was Oakland. Oakland last year said you don't throw the same pitch 2 times in a row to him, because that's what he does. He goes for those pitches he just saw. So we saw what happened. He didn't play well against Texas. A lot of that had to do with the fans and the whole thing.
Yeah, the pressure, the alcohol.
I got a problem with Pujols. Pujols is a guy, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the problem he has with his feet. But you watch him run, he is in pain all the time. Now, normally, this is something that happens at the end of the season. By then, he wears down. But he's already starting to wear down early in the season, and he's coming off injuries last year. I got major concerns with him. But I do like Blanton. And the reason I like Blanton is not that I think Blanton's a great pitcher. If you pitch in Anaheim, you pitch in San Diego, you pitch in L.A., the late games, they have that, I can't remember what they call it, coming in off the fog type of thing.
Right.
Coming in late at night. It knocks the ball down. He's a fly ball pitcher.
Yeah.
So this is an excellent situation for him. Same with Vargas. Vargas goes from Seattle, and then it says, oh, now we'll be able to see what he does. And now he goes to Anaheim, which he's the same type of stuff here. So I like the Blanton situation. And Oakland, their right fielder, Josh Reddick, sprained his wrist. So he's day-to-day right now, and he's their best overall player, although Oakland's pretty deep in the outfield. So I kind of like the under a little bit better
game?
than the side in this game.
I like the under tonight in this matchup.
Let me ask you, since you brought it up, I know like all the Seattle games, the Dodger Stadium, San Diego. San Diego's right close to the water. Seattle's not close to the ocean, but they're right next to the water as well. Is there like a formula for the math geeks, like how many miles away from the water I am in terms of this impact of the mist coming in, at dusk?
It has to be.
Yeah, I don't know. Johnny Detroit talks about a book he recommends, and I bought it. And it's completely beyond me. It's like a science major talks about humidity and temperatures and things like that. And it's a pretty good information in it, but it's just such a hard to read. But there is the information.
Maybe when the snow melts off of Mount Charleston here, the local Las Vegas 51s, and we can handicap their totals.
Just bet the over on every game.
I don't know why they don't put the line up here. We're running overtime. Let's go ahead and make it official, VR.
Oakland at LA. I'm going to go ahead and back the home team here. As long as you could get 130 or better on Blanton, I'm going to go ahead and lay that in this one. I agree with Bryan. Again, Anaheim coming out of the gate, not very hot this year, and they had a lot of pressure to come out of the gate on fire. Pujols not looking healthy. Hamilton not the Hamilton that they expected with the big acquisition. But it's so early in the season right now. And I think Oakland's getting a little bit too much credit for their 5-2 record when 3 of those wins came about against an awful Houston team. I'm going to go with the home team, take the Angels -130.
Sprinkle a little bit on the run line?
On the run line, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Plus $1.80.
Just a little bit. I think Blanton's going to have a big game. After giving up all those home runs, he's going to have a big game.
Very good. Well, this baseball's been enlightening. I like the way you two.
Let's do a few more.
Let's just do all baseball.
Yeah,
all baseball.
I just can't disagree with Bryan because I just don't know enough. But I can disagree with you.
Early in the season. By All-Star break, you'll be all
I'll be
over.
ready to go. But I can disagree on NBA, and that's what we're going to do here at pregame.tv. Check back with us. We have a big game to talk. No, we don't. We have Detroit and Cleveland. Stay with us. We'll get to some good games after this one. Hopefully, we'll give you a winner, though. Pregame.tv.
Who picked that game?